After the deadliest escalation in violence since last year's war in Gaza, a ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinian group Islamic Jihad has come into force. 44 Palestinians, including 15 children, have been killed since the fighting began on Friday, after Israel launched what it described as preemptive strikes on Gaza. It claimed it was only targeting members of Islamic Jihad, but Palestinian officials say at least one-third of the deaths have been civilians. 2 senior Islamic Jihad commanders have been killed in the strikes, including the group's leader in southern Gaza, Khaled Mansour. The group has retaliated with hundreds of rockets fired across the border, some reaching as far as Jerusalem. But Israel's army says 97% have been intercepted. All this while food and fuel has been running out for people living in Gaza. Most are only getting 4 to 8 hours of electricity a day, with crossing points into the Strip closed since Tuesday.
China is escalating its threats against Taiwan, announcing a new round of military drills expected to continue until at least mid-August. The White House is urging peace as tensions rise.
We'll keep our channels of communication with China open, with the intent of avoiding escalation due to misunderstanding.
Concerns are rising that China's increasing aggression toward Taiwan may lead to an all-out invasion. Taiwan's leaders say the threat has been there for decades, but they are fortifying their defenses. China's show of force, its strongest in more than 25 years, came in the wake of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to the self-ruled island.
Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has urged crews to intensify their efforts to rescue 10 miners trapped underground. For more than 4 days, rescue workers have been trying to pump water out of the coal mine, which flooded on Wednesday. 5 miners were able to escape, but no contact has been made with the men left behind. More than 300 soldiers and other personnel, including 6 military scuba divers, have joined the effort. Mexico's main coal-producing region has seen a series of fatal mining accidents over the years. The worst was in 2006, killing 65 people. Only 2 of the bodies were retrieved.
Driven by bus and fueled by politics, another wave of migrants arrived in New York City today.
Merecemos una oportunidad.
More than 4,000 have come since May, a metaphorical message from Texas Governor Greg Abbott. New York's mayor is furious, saying shelters are already overrun.
Placing on the bus with no direction to come here.
But tonight, Abbott is adamant border states are done shouldering America's immigration crisis after May saw a record 239,000 illegal crossings. The governor slammed President Biden Friday for refusing to do his job and called New York, a sanctuary city, the ideal destination for migrants, adding he also sent 5,500 to Washington, D.C., that city's mayor pleading for federal aid.
An Asian empire deep in the Queensland bush.
It's a big hit for this organised crime syndicate.
Police say an organised crime gang bought this cattle property at Boondooma near Kingaroy 6 months ago. They cleared the grazing land and built 42 grow houses. Inside the igloos, 15,000 marijuana plants thrived, off the grid and out of sight. Until now. The crop was fed by light, powered by large generators used as backup supply for commercial buildings.
They built themselves a pool and they use that as their nucleus to put all their chemicals and fertilisers in and then pump them around the different igloos.
At least one crop had been harvested. Last month at Helidon, police stopped a delivery van. Inside boxes, they found bags of cannabis, 200 kilograms of drugs cut and ready for sale.
Tonight in Albuquerque, New Mexico, fears a possible serial killer is on the loose and gunning down Muslim men. Police now on the hunt for this car after a string of what authorities are calling targeted killings across the city. The latest victim was shot dead Friday. Authorities have yet to name him, but tonight his family identifying him as Naeem Hussein. His brother-in-law telling NBC News Naeem's friends found his body around midnight in a parking lot in East Albuquerque. Chillingly, a spokesperson for the community tells NBC News that hours before his murder, Naeem had attended the funeral service of two other murder victims, Mohammed Afzal Hussein and Aftab Hussein, both shot and killed days before in separate attacks.